Hola, welcome. Welcome to the Comadreando coaching session, the group coaching session. And I am so glad to be here today with all of you. A quick reminder, this is live streaming on YouTube. If in case you are interested to do be a part of the Zoom, always check out my website. You can sign up to get the link, or you can just participate on the YouTube channel. Chat is open on both the YouTube and in the Zoom. So for any of you who are joining on Zoom or joining on YouTube, you can always put something in the chat and I will do my best to respond as soon as I can. Yeah. Welcome everyone. I'm so glad to be here today. I've been having so many beautiful conversations lately, and so it's just been always it fills my soul, and it's always so good. And this is why I love doing what I do. And so, yeah, let me quickly introduce myself. I will hold announcements to the end. So, if you are catching this already recorded, you can skip through this part if you want to get to the breathing once we dive in. But I just want to introduce myself for a lot of people who hadn't never seen me or I'm coming across your page for the first time and you're like, what is this all about? Hola, my name is Comadre Cristal and I'm an intuitive spiritual life coach and I'm on a mission. My mission is to be of service to the collective, to be of service to La Familia and really bring in the messages that spirit, source, creator, higher power, your spirit team, whatever it is that you feel you identify with your own spiritual healing journey. I bring the messages to you. And so a lot of the times, especially with the Comadreando group sessions, it's a collective reading. It's really pretty much just seeing what it is collectively, what we're going through. The topic can always vary. And so it's all very just intuitive. So if you're coming across this live or you're coming across this recorded, there's a message there. All of my messages, everything I put out, I have the intention of it's a timeless message. There's no the timeline is always varied. So trust. If you're watching this, there's a message for you. Um so yeah, that's a little bit about what I do and who I am. So I will be bringing in your spirit team, your higher power to really just channel the message that needs to be heard. I do that by using the tarot cards as a way of just the visual, but a lot I receive messages as that happens. So yeah, let's dive in. Let's get grounded first, just to get all of us on the same page. I like to do a breathing exercise of 3, 3, and 3, where we inhale for 3 seconds, we hold for 3 seconds, and we release for 3 seconds. But I want you to do more than just breathe. I want you to also use your imagination and imagine. So when you're breathing in, I want you to just imagine that you're breathing in love, light, positivity, everything and anything you want to hear, need to hear. Fire and butterflies is what I like to call it. And then when you hold, I want you to imagine that all that energy is traveling from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet to the tips of your fingers. Just imagine that all that energy is expanding. And then when you release, I want you to imagine that you're letting go, releasing everything that doesn't serve you, anything that's been hard and heavy on you. Just let that go. We'll do that 3 times. And so whenever you're ready, I'll walk you through it. So whenever you're ready, go ahead, take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Another deep breath in, hold, and release. Last one, make it count. Hold and release. Okay. Okay. So so this is some of the energy I'm reading. This is the part where again, if you feel like this is resonating, then it's for you. You're more than welcome to stay. If none of this resonates, you're more than welcome to stay. I'm never going to force you, but it's okay. Trust your judgment, trust your intuition, trust yourself. And that's exactly why I'm saying all of this because many of you are stepping into an opportunity. There's this energy of stepping into your own, stepping into your power, stepping into your truth. And so, because this is a collective reading, it's so interesting. I'm seeing so many of you in different like stages of it. Like some of you are just in the beginning of it. You're like, yes, I want to step into my power. Yes, this is what I'm trying to do and I'm trying to figure it out. And then many of you are like, yeah, I have been stepping up in my power. I am speaking my truth. I am starting to see that difference. So wherever you're at, like I really want you to know, like, just keep going, keep doing it. Like I yes, it is hard to speak your truth. Yeah, it is hard um to shine your light. It is hard to be authentic. And yet once you start to really surrender and you really start to step into that, you see magical things happening. And so I really like, depending on where you're at, like I really want you to know, like, it's worth it. It is so worth it. I don't know who needs to hear it. It's worth it. It really is worth it. And so as that is happening, there's this part of when you surrender, you also are surrendering to being like letting God, the universe, creator, spirit, source, whatever it is that you believe in, like believing that you're going to be provided for, believing that you're going to be taken care of, believing that the universe is going to give you what you so rightfully deserve. Um, and that's really scary for a lot of us because there's still, like I said, this is a collective reading, so there's so many energies, but I really do see that for many of you, if you're not feeling that security blanket, is what I'm hearing, like that security, it's because there's wounds that you still have to like work through and work through. Oh, it's so funny because as I said, I work through, like spirit was like, no, they need to work through because some of you have been avoiding some of your wounds. Some of you have been avoiding or okay, I just heard or waiting for it to just get better on its own. And it will eventually get better on its own, but you're not gonna like the way, it's gonna get better on its own. And so that like that, I'm here to kinda like like let you know, like, you gotta work through it. You gotta work through it because you are absolutely deserving, and so for many of you exactly, that's like many of you are deserving of it. If you do not feel deserving of your gifts, if you don't feel deserving of your blessings, if you don't feel deserving, this is why it's hard for you to feel safe, for you to feel that you're being taken care of, for you to flow. And so this is like so in particular one of the wounds is the wound of deserving, like feeling like you are deserving of things. Another thing that's coming up right now, Spirit is saying many of you need to continue to work on the fear of abandonment and fear of rejection, um, fear of failing, fear of disappointment, fear of loss, of grief. Yeah, yeah, that's a big one. Grief, like change it. Like, look, when we speak into our truth, when we speak into like when we speak our for ourselves and we are authentic, ch- th- that causes like a ripple effect and that causes change to happen. Good change and bad change. And the thing is that when change is happening, it rattles us up but because we don't like change. We are creatures of habits. We are human. Like that's like part of this illusion of safety, not illusion of safety, like illusion of control. Because for many of you, that's what I feel like in order for you to feel safe, it's when things are under control. It's like when I control this, everything's fine. Oh, okay, that's so funny. I literally heard when I have the answers, when I have the whole plan laid out, I will feel safe. And here's the thing, higher power always has a different plan for us. Like, you can set a plan and this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is the way I'm gonna go. And we can go in that direction. But here's the thing, you cannot bring everything with you. Like, there's going to be things you have to let go of and release. And so that fear is happening for many of you of like, oh my God, like I have to experience this loss. I have to experience this change. I have to work through this. And that's where a lot of us are stuck, especially when we are in a coming into a place of setting up for ourselves, speaking our truth, knowing that we are provided for, knowing that the universe has our back, knowing that higher power has your back. And these fears are valid. It's real. It's not, I'm not going to say, "Oh, you have nothing to be scared of." Heck, yes, you have so much to be scared of. The thing is, how much power are you willing to give that fear? I had a session yesterday for my exclusive membership, and we talked about fear. We talked a lot about like fear is always going to be there. Again, fear is a very, very, very innate part of us that's in our it's in our biology because that's what keeps us alive. If we didn't have fear, we wouldn't have survived. As a human species, we would not have survived without fear. Fear is there to keep us safe. However, our fear at times keeps us too safe that it doesn't help us to grow. It doesn't help us to expand. It doesn't help us to level up. And so, your fear, you have two options with your fear. I've always loved the acronym for fear. It's either face everything and rise, F FEAR, face everything and rise, or you have a choice of fuck everything and run. Like, those are your two choices, and it's okay. Whichever choice you make, it's your choice and it's your choice alone. But if you decide to run, like, and then that's okay. Own it, and then trust that something else is going to come your way. Taking leaps of faith doesn't mean that y- if you are presented with something and you're like, I don't know, then don't. Like, again, you only know how far you can push yourself. Your spirit team will try to push you and encourage you and love you and guide you through it. But at the end, you got to move through the fear. You got to move through the pain. Um, because if you don't, that's how we stay stagnant. So that's a lot of the energy I'm feeling right now with this Comadreando group session of what we're going to be talking about today. About, these changes that are happening. And, this couldn't come in a better timing. Again, timeless message. So depending on when you're watching this, but when I am recording this, we are in transition right now from we're in a lot of transition. One, we're in a seasonal transition. We are coming from if you live on my part of the world, we are coming from a change of summer to fall. Other parts of the world, you're changing from winter to spring. Um, or no, no, from spring to summer. Yeah. Sorry, I was like it's opposite. So there's changes happening. So we're in that transition. We're also in the transition of we are going to like this is the last month. Again, this is being recorded on September. We are in the last month of the third quarter of a year. If you break up the year into quarters, we're like this is it. Like starting October, we're we're, we're in the last 3 months of the year. The last 3 months of the year. Like, this year has flown by. So there's that's, like, also just really take a moment of just seeing all these transitions, and so if you're in a place of your power, your independence, this is you're on the right track. You just have faith because, again, with transition, with change, fear is always gonna rear its ugly head. I mean, it's part of human, like, it's part of the human experience. Fear is always gonna be there. So, so yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's see, Spirit, what's the topic? What does my familia need some coaching on? What's going on? What can I give them? What experience, strength, and hope can I give them? What's going on? What do you want me to talk about today? Mm. So we're talking about the world. with judgment underneath the deck. Let the chapters close that need to be closed. Let the things that need to end, let them end. The world really represents the completion, the end of the journey. But here's the thing, life is not healing, living life, because judgment is underneath the deck. It's not about reaching your destination. It's about enjoying the journey. And I really want you all to start really looking at pivotal points in your life as an ending of a chapter of your life's book. Your book is not ending. Your story is not ending. That chapter is ending. And as we are in the middle of all these transitions, as we are in the middle of the season changes, of relationship changes, workplace changes, where you're living changes, whatever changes you're experiencing, it's okay to grieve and it's okay to process those feelings. And then also know that that's part of the that's part of the completion. Every time something is completed, it's because you've learned something, you've gained something from that. Spirit is wanting me to be specific here because some in the familia collective is experiencing some heartbreak right now, some heartache. There's some relationships that are ending. Um, and it's depending on how you want to define relationship, but I am sensing like romantic relationships, but I'm also really sensing like relationships with friends and family. Like there's just some relationships that you can't beg. Like don't oh okay. Don't beg them. Don't beg them for your friendship, for their friendship. Don't beg them for their love. Don't beg them. If people are if you're getting to a place where you're just like, is this person my friend or not? I mean, the simple fact that you're questioning it is already the answer. And it's not a hard no, they're not your friend anymore. It's they were in your life for a reason and for a season. Seasons come and go, so do people come and go. And when the world is coming up is saying and you just accept the completion and accept that everything is coming to an end, all the seasons are changing, that's where fulfillment, the judgment underneath the deck, that's where your fulfillment comes in. That's where your life purpose comes in. That's where you find more peace. That's where you find more serenity. That's where you find more happiness. It's so funny because I literally just said this earlier. I was on a phone call with one of my clients, and we were talking about as within, so without. Meaning, as long as you are happy inside of you, let everything else outside of you, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Your happiness does not depend on others. Your happiness does not depend on possessions. Your happiness does not depend on materials. Your happiness does not depend on a dollar sign. Your happiness does not depend on any of that. Your happiness is all about within yourself. And and really living in that can really bring in more relationships of a higher vibration. Because here's the thing, this is and again, going back and turning back to the romantic relationships or the friendship or platonic relationships that you're losing. I don't want you to feel like I'm losing them. It's like, no. You're just letting them, blessing them, letting them be on their own journey, and then opening up a new space for something else to come in. It's so interesting. Spirit kind of like brought it in the image of a parking lot. So this is an interesting example to use as a parking lot. Parking lots are always filling up and emptying out, filling up, emptying out, filling up, emptying out. And so that's how I want you to see it. You are the vessel, you are the parking lot. And people will come, leave their car in you, like their energy, what they bring into you, how their contribution. And sometimes their contribution is done. And so then they're going to go, but that parking spot remains open. And so that means you now have a spot open for someone else to come into your life and fill those voids, fill those spots. But the thing is that I want spirit to say, I want you to get to a place where you don't need to fill that void. Like, oh, parking spot's open. Great. Oh, look, someone came into my life and filled that spot. Great. Oh, look, they're leaving again. Great. It's that of just going with the flow. And the more you accept this completion, this cycle of life, because that's what it is. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. People always come back. And if they don't come back, that's okay. God bless them. For many of you who have seen my videos or continue or work one-on-ones with me, I will always say this, one of my favorite mantras, favorite mantras. It's what I use every day to pray, every time I'm in the moment of anger. Bless them, change me. Bless them. Bless them, change me. Because when you are trying to stick to something, when you're not, when you don't, when you're scared to let go of someone, something, and you're holding on tighter, you're suffocating them. And that's what makes them want to run away more. So if you go, just God bless you. I'm going to focus on me. You attract more people that want that, who need that. So let go and let God is another big slogan that I love, or mantra. Um, but we really need to start looking at fear and looking at it as an opportunity of completion. It's part of the cycle. Life is cycles. Life goes in a cycle. That's why, I mean, if you connect with Earth, I've said this a lot, and then, I keep getting it. Like, for many of you, especially depending on where you're at with your own spiritual healing journey, connect with nature, connect with Mother Earth, connect with anything that just gets you connected in a deeper level with nature, because nature is also cyclical. Nature has its seasons. It's not always like nature is not constantly producing. Nature also rests. Nature also sleeps. Nature also just enjoys. So that's the same kind of lifestyle I want all of you to start having. Go through cycles. You're going to have days where you're just like active and you're like, yes, I can do this. I want this. And yes. And then you're going to have moments of like, I just need a rest. I just need to like bring it back to me. And so that's what the world is all about. Just let the completion, let things unfold, let things happen, let things end the way they need to. But be aware of your fear, because again, it's all of this circling back with your fear. Fear is what's keeping many of you from wanting to allowing, not wanting. Fear is it's preventing many of you from allowing those doors to close. When one door closes, three more open. I'll say that one more time. When one door closes, three more open. The problem is that sometimes when that door closes, we get so hyper focused on begging that door to open back up again. Begging, like putting all our energy in it. Like, oh my God, why is this door closing? And then we go into the roles of God. This isn't what I wanted. Why are you doing this to me? Like, open this door. This is what I want. Again. But when you're not seeing all the other doors that opened. So we're in a place of completion right now for many of you. If again, depending when you're watching this video, let the things end, let things unfold, let things happen the way they need to. You step back and let it all happen for you. And then that's where you find your flow. That is when you find your peace. That is when, oh, Spirit just said, and that is when you find yourself. Because again, for some of you, you're looking, you are on your journey to find and discover yourself. because I said this earlier, some of you, like, again, collective reading, so many of you are in different places, but I do sense that there's many of you who are just wanting to find yourself. The way to find yourself is to let God show you. To be very honest with you, you just gotta sit back and let the ride go. And it's scary. It's hard because fear will come up. Fear will always be there. And that honestly, fear is ego. Our ego. So if for those of you who are doing shadow work, it's that shadow work in you. It's that shadow parts in you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing about just completion. Um, Another thing that will help is and I said this not too long ago, and I don't remember where I said it, but I discover like part of discovering yourself is also like really trying different things. Like, okay, so for many of you, again, spirituality can mean whatever it means to you. Like, you get to define your own spirituality. That's the number one thing I want all of you to know. You get to define your own spirituality. Period. You define it. No one else defines it for you. You can have other people's definitions, and you can also take what you like and leave the rest. Like, yeah, that I don't feel like that's spirituality for me. That's cool. Don't it's so funny, spirit saying, don't yuck someone's yum. If you if you're on a spiritual journey and some things you're just like, yeah, I'm vibing with it, and then something comes up and you're just like, not my jam, not my vibe, that's okay. But don't hate on it because that's someone else's yum. That is someone else's that feeds someone else's soul. What we gotta look for is what feeds your soul. And when it comes to spirituality, I do want you all to start having an open mind and try new things, discover something else. I said this last time and I'll say it again. Do you know who you are in a spiritual sense of like your past lives? Or have you looked into your human design? Have you looked into gene keys? Have you dabbed into astrology? Have you looked at your sign, the day you were born, the time you were born, and where the planets were aligned? I don't know. If you haven't tried it, why not? Why not give it a try? What's the worst that's going to happen? All the information has nothing to do with you and it doesn't resonate. Okay, that's cool. Then at least you know you tried. At least you know, okay, I tried to see if this is for me. It's not for me. At least now you know. Instead of dissing on it because I hear like this part of like, I don't know. That's not me. It's just like, but you don't know. You don't know if it's you or not. So why don't you just give it a try? So I'm really being like spirits like really saying like that will really help and also giving you extra tools so you can complete these relationships, complete these things is by also just knowing what's a part of your journey. Okay, that took my breath away. So with that being said, if it's taking my breath away, slow down. It's okay. Like I gotta drink some water. It's okay to stop. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to nourish yourself with some water. Like, do that. I know that when you start to heal, and I know that when you start to see the changes in your life, it can become very um addictive. It can become very like, oh my God, I want to do more. I want to do more. But again, there's no rush. There's no hurry. There is no rush, no hurry. Take your time. Take your time. That's why I was saying because I like my own breath went away because I was just like, oh my God, like I see many of you just running and not taking a break. Like, take a break. It's okay. Ev- Everything I tell you, you take what you like and leave the rest. Doesn't mean you need to go do it now. Pray on it. Ask the universe, is this for me? And then trust that synchronicities, trust that your spirit team, trust that it's going to start coming your way. I honestly, myself personally, I like to use the tool of synchronicities of 3. 3 is my favorite number. But like when I hear things or experience things in threes, I know it's my spirit team telling me, okay, you really need to pay attention to this. And so I know. Um, so if you're hearing something here and you're like, dude, this is the second time I hear this. This is the third time I hear it. Why does this keep coming up? That's because your spirit team is telling you it's because we're trying to communicate to you, but you're being stubborn. So discover who you are. I will say it again. Discover who you are. Look into it. Expand more. Like don't part of growth and part of expansion is we outgrow those versions of ourselves. So I want you to just it's so funny. The image I got with was of kids. Like, when kids are growing, they outgrow their clothes and they outgrow their shoes real fast. And what do? You replace it because you cannot keep them in the same clothes and the same shoes because it's going to end up hurting them. That's the same thing that's happening for many of you. As you are growing, as you are expanding, you also have to grow and expand your spiritual practices, your spiritual awareness, what you know about yourself. And so just learn more about yourself. And if you don't know how, that's where you ask your spirit team and then be open to that. But for many of you who are struggling in closing some chapters, that will help. Let's ask for another tool. What tool can the familia use to really just close out these chapters and yeah, okay. Mm. We got the 10 of Pentacles with Temperance underneath the deck. So another tool that will really help is, and it's funny because I said it earlier about your self-worth and knowing your value and selling and knowing how much you deserve. And that's the thing. So for many of you, we need to get to a place of really just being confident within ourselves, being confident in our decisions, being confident in who we are. Because and okay, because that's exactly what it is about this self-discovery. As you're discovering who you are, as you're learning about more about yourself, you then have to do the other part and love that about yourself. I mean, as for many of you who know me and have been working with me, I have been on a healing journey since 18. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Um and for me to be on a spiritual healing journey, and when I mean for me what I mean by a spiritual healing journey was when I finally accepted and brought in this sense of a high, like something bigger than me to help me. Because before, like, I didn't have a relationship with a higher power. Like, I really didn't. Like, that's when my healing journey started at 18, when I lost that connection with higher power. And and so when I started my spiritual healing journey, that's where everything for me changed. It was like I just had to accept this and I had to learn about myself and then I had to figure out who I was. There was many times at night I would journal, who am I? Who am I? And so for many of you, there's that question of who are you? Because, and I don't want to, and I don't, okay, it's so funny because Spirit just said, and I don't want these answers. Dang, Spirit is on one. When you ask yourself, who am I? Do not answer with, I am a mom, I am a dad, I am a grandparent. No, 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 no. That's not who you are. I am asking you who you are like, who are you? Because again, as within, so without. Meaning, if you are saying, "Oh, well, and I'll use myself as an example. I'm a mom. Like if someone asks me, "Oh, Cristal, who are you?" "Oh, I'm a mom." But that's not who I am. My kids in my life make me a mom. But if I don't have my kids, does that mean I'm no longer a mom? Like, no. Who I am is I am a loving person. I have love to give. At the core of who I am love. And I love like a mother would love. So it doesn't mean that I'm a mom, it just means I love like the way a mother would love or the way a parent would love. And I love that about myself because that is a part of myself that I had avoided for so long because in my own life by me loving so much, because I love wide, I love big, I would end up getting hurt. People would take advantage of that. That's the people pleasing in me. I just wanted everyone to be happy. And so that's another part of who am I? Who am I? I'm a people pleaser. And I own that part of me. I don't, I'm, there's no shame as I say it to all of you. I'm a people pleaser. It's who I am. However, now that I know that, and I know that what that means, I make conscious decisions of how can I continue to pour out to the people I love while I pour into me? Because as within, so without. If I don't have these people in my life, how can I still be happy and content with myself? So that's what I want you to start thinking of. Who are you? And then be confident in that because that's what the 10 of Pentacles is all about. It's that security. You being secure within yourself, being secure within your body, being secure within okay, your intelligence. Because many of you, again, there's this drive of I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't go. Who cares? Intelligence does not mean that okay, so funny because Spirit's like, intelligence does not mean you're a bookworm. Yes, there's intelligent people out there that have read and have studied and have all done all of this. And there's also intelligent people who just have another sense of intelligence. Who don't need to have all of this book read and book reading skills and have all of this intelligence of going to school, having a degree. Like there's also intelligence of just you just know things and you trust and it's another way I'm calling it, it's like you're street smart. Like intelligence is all based on your perception. So if you're telling yourself that you're not smart enough, no, yes, you are. Let's revise your own standards. Stop picking up other people's standards. Make it your own. You are intelligent in your own way. Everyone is intelligent. Every single person in this planet Earth is intelligent. Now, some of us do make unintelligent decisions, but that's because that's how we're coping. That's how we're growing. Like, you know, wisdom does not mean you're smart. Wisdom is meaning like you have life experiences and you grow from them, you heal from them. That is what for me wisdom is, intelligence is. So many of you need to find that confidence in yourself. So in order for you to really get to a place of completing cycles, completion of closing of the seasons and changes of the seasons, discover who you are. Be proud of yourself. Be secure within yourself. And then that's when you attract more things into your life. Again, as I said earlier, when that door closes, three more are opening up for you. When you let go of that relationship, another relationship will come your way. However, temperance is underneath the deck. And this is why I want to say, and it's important that you're balancing all of that because when that relationship closes, if you are in a place of, "Oh, I need to find someone else. I need to find someone else. I need to be with someone else." That energy is going to bring in someone, and you then have to be in a place of, "Is this really what I deserve? Is this really what I want?" And if it's not, as within, so without. You're happy within yourself. You don't need someone else to make you happy. You don't need someone to bring you joy. You have that within yourself. And then other people, those are just bonuses. You got to find that balance, though. It's important to have that balance. You pour out, but you pour in within yourself first. Pour within you so then that way you can pour out. And know that there's always going to be more coming your way. Um, I'm being attracted to so that with the 10 of Pentacles, there's moon phases. And so I'm really seeing that for many of you, connect with the moon, connect with the phases of the moon. I personally use the moon's energy every month. And I've been doing it for about 2 years now. And it's been magical. Like it's just it's so amazing to just really be able to use the moon's energy. And so for many of you, if it's your first time looking into again, this is part of your self-discovery. This is part of you making it your own. If you have been called to looking into more of the moon and what the moon's all about, do your research, find it. But for many of you, I do see this connection with the moon. Like connect with the moon, connect in a deeper level, ask the moon for help. Um yeah, I have workshops about the moon. So if you're ever interested, check out my page. Because the moon is a very very powerful celestial energy. Um yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Okay. So let's close this out with your chisme. What is the chisme that familia needs? What is the chisme? Mhm. We got the Eight of Pentacles with the Six of Swords underneath the deck. So as things are closing, as things are coming to an end, as shifts are happening, as transitions are occurring, I really do encourage you. I cannot say this enough. Take a moment and acknowledge the growth you have had. Be proud of the creation that you have been a part of because you have been co-creating with your spirit team, your higher self, your inner comadre, inner compadre, inner comextre, with your God, your goddess, your deity, your angels, whatever it is that you believe on for your own self. Like you have been co-creating. You have. Manifestation is not just about, oh, I'm gonna have to say something because spirit's like, you gotta say it. I'm like, okay, I'll say it. For many people, when we feel like we need to manifest, it is our ego's desires. I want, I need, I want, I need, I want, I need. Co-creation is different. Co-creation is you going to your higher self, going to your spirit team and saying, "Hey, I want this because I feel like it's going to help me and I'm going to give it to you. And if it's for me, you're going to make it happen. And if it's not for me, I understand because I know something else is better for me. I know you always have my back." That's co-creation. You get to have a say in it. It's not like you don't. That's again co-creation. You also get to have a say. But as within, so without. As you are putting out to the universe what it is that you want, you also are saying, and I'm okay if I don't get it. Like I'm happy regardless because I am happy within myself. So look at that. Look at your creations. Look at how far you've come. So as things are closing, as things are ending, acknowledge your growth. Acknowledge how far you've come. Be proud of yourselves. Six of Swords. And some of that baggage, it's okay if you carry it with you. There is nothing wrong if there's things that you're not ready to let go of. It's okay. You don't there, she's carrying some bags and there's some bags on the floor. So it's the same thing of you get to bring with you whatever you want to bring with you. And if there's things that you're just like, why am I carrying this? Like, I have always seen it this way. Like, I always see, for me personally, people, other people, situations, relationships, whatever you want to call it, I see them as rocks. Like, I'm carrying this backpack and there's rocks. And these rocks are the emotions that they cause or the things they have done. And I'm carrying it with me. And there's times where I'm like, why am I like, I'll look at a rock and I'll ask myself, why am I carrying this? Like, why? Why am I carrying this? What's the purpose of me still holding on to this anger or me still holding on to this person or me still holding on to hoping that they'll be my friend or hoping that they'll be my partner or hoping that they'll be a better parent or a better sibling, like whatever it is, like you know what I'm trying to say. And if you ask yourself this question about this energy that you're holding on to, and you're just like, "It's not doing anything for me. It's not helping me. If anything, it's just taking more of my it's taking space in my backpack because it's heavy," then you let it go. Drop it, release it. Do whatever you feel like you need to do release. I do a lot of releasing. So if you're ever interested and do a release ritual, I will help you through that. My website's down below. And then drop it. And it's okay if down the line you wanna pick it back up again, that's okay. You can pick it up. Again, no one's like, you have free will, you will always have free will, but you'll get to a place later on of, "Why did I pick it up again? Why did I do this again?" You drop it. So, in the meantime, as you are picking up and letting go, picking up and letting go, you still have to I still want you to sit back and look at how far you've come, though, because many of you are so hard on yourselves of, "I'm just I'm hearing again romantic relationship. I just want this person to be out of my life. Like I just want to forget about them. And that's okay. You'll get to a place of that. However, in the meantime, look at how far you've come and be proud of yourself of if you've set boundaries and you've kept those boundaries, celebrate the fact that you're keeping those boundaries. Yeah, they might still be in your life, but look at the boundaries you're accomplishing. And so just when you sit in gratitude of that, when you sit and cultivate those feelings, more of that will happen. But instead of you sitting and beating yourself up over, God, why aren't you over this person already? Why don't you just block them? Why don't you like again, it's like you're being mean to yourself. And spirit's telling me to remind you as a child, when someone told you not to do that, what did you do? You did it. So if you're telling yourself, why don't you just block them? You are telling yourself, don't block them. Like, did you see what I'm saying? So, anyways, I just went on a whole tangent there because someone needed to hear that. So, breathe. You can go through this slowly. Let things close as they need to close. Let things go as they need to go. Find your peace, find your serenity, because many of you are going through a lot of transitions right now, and that's okay. Transition is good. Change is good. I know it's scary. I know it's hard, but without change, we don't grow. And for many of you, it's time for you to grow. So, mm, let's finish this off with your guided meditation. And then after that, I will leave the Zoom room open for those of you who have questions. And then for those of you who are on the YouTube, I'll see you all next time. Actually, I'm gonna make announcements before I close it out. But yeah, so let's get going. Mm, okay. Get some water. I always remind you, all of you, make sure you're drinking lots of water, especially after these meditations, because I'm sending you energy through the meditation. So drink, 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 water, water, water. Okay. I want you all to get comfortable. You can have your eyes open, closed, whatever you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong to meditating. So whenever you're ready, Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose, all the way in. Hold and release. Let it all go. Relax your shoulders. Drop your body. Another deep breath in, all the way in. Fill your lungs. Hold on top. Hold and release. Let it all go. Relax. Last one, make it count. Biggest breath you've taken so far, all the way in. Hold on top. Let that expand and release. Let it all go. I want you to return to your regular breathing in and out. Breathe in, breathe out. I want you to imagine that in front of you is your bonfire. This is the fire that gives you energy. It's the fire that lights your path. It's your connection to source. And I want you to connect to your bonfire because it's your bonfire and only yours. So there's no right or wrong to this. And we're going to connect using our five senses. So use your imagination. And I want you to bring your awareness to what you see. What does your fire look like? You can even look around you and see what it is that you see in your third eye. Bring your awareness to the smell. Inhale deeply. Imagine what your fire would smell like. What scents come from it? I want you to bring your awareness to the listening. If you can just take a moment and listen to your bonfire, what do you hear? Bring your awareness to the taste. If you can taste your bonfire, what would it taste like? And the touch. If you can touch your bonfire, what would it feel like? You can do an internal check and just check in and how are you feeling right now? Connect to your bonfire. As you lay here, having other thoughts just go. Connecting to your bonfire. I want you to imagine that from this beautiful bonfire comes out beautiful your inner butterfly. This is the butterfly that guides you and protects you. It's the one that gives you the answers and gives you everything that you need from your fire. And the butterfly is flying towards you, leaving behind it a trail of white light. And it starts to circle around you, circling you within this white light. And it's slowly putting you into a cocoon of protection. As the butterfly goes around and around in circles around you, wrapping you up in this beautiful protection of cocoon. It lands on the top of your head, leaving down energy of protection going down your body, relaxing you, down your neck, down your arms, down your shoulders, your spine, down your hips, down your thighs, just relaxing you, down your feet. And I want you to imagine that this is actually going down further to the roots of Mother Earth. You are connected above and below. You are safe in your cocoon. And I want you to think about what fears you have that are holding you back. What are you scared of? As things are changing in your life, good changes and bad changes, changes change. What are your fears? Think of it. It's okay. Worst case scenario. And as you have that thought, hand it over to your butterfly. Imagine you have the thought and the butterfly just sucks it up from you. Breathe in, breathe out. What are you scared of? What are your fears? As these changes are happening, what is happening to you? Hand it over. I want you to now imagine that this butterfly is taking all of this, all of your fears, everything you handed over, back into the bonfire, burning it all away, and just sit with this feeling of liberty and freedom, knowing that your fears are burning away. And if you continue to feel attached to these fears, just throw them into the fire. I want you to now imagine that from this beautiful bonfire comes out your higher self. This is the best version of you, your inner comadre, inner compadre, inner comextre. And they're walking right up to you. You give yourself a big hug, full of love, full of fire, full of confidence, full of safety. Just let this energy radiate through you. Breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to repeat after me, either inside your head or out loud, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But as you repeat after me, I want you to say it with passion, with conviction, with knowing that the statement you are making is to be true. So repeat after me. I am powerful. I am confident. I am safe. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am proud of myself. I am, state your name. And I want you to repeat this last one as many times as you have to until you really acknowledge and feel the love for yourself. So say your name, I am, over and over again until you feel pride to say who you are. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of you. Look how far you've come and look how far you're going to go. You are magical. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are resilient. You are this beautiful human being. If you're struggling, it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge the struggle. If you need help, this is a perfect time to ask for it. I need help. Show me. I'm scared. Comfort me. I'm angry. I'm happy. Whatever it is, just it's okay to ask your higher self for all the answers right now. sit here with these feelings, sit here with this knowledge. It's time for your higher self to go back into the bonfire. And as they walk away, I want you to sit with gratitude. Gratitude for all of the energy you received, gratitude for all of your answers, gratitude for your prayers that you know are going to get answered, gratitude for anything, just all of it. Feel this gratitude radiating through your body. It's time to start putting your bonfire away. There's no right or wrong to this. You can come back to your bonfire anytime you want. Breathe in, breathe out. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in, all the way in. Hold. And release. Let it all go. Bring awareness back to your body. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and open your eyes. Welcome back. Okay, so we are done with the Comadreando coaching session of today. I am really glad and happy that all of you are here. Um, Let me do quick announcements before I close it out. Um, Actually, I'm going to do the announcements after, like, yeah. So I'm done. I love you all with all of that. I am sending you all so much fire and butterflies. And as always, don't forget, love your now. Bye. Okay. And if you stayed for announcements, these are your announcements. So we have today's September 10th. Oh my goodness. September's already like halfway done. So my next full moon workshop is actually in a few days, September 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then my next Comadreando group coaching session like this is set for September 26th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also do hold these same workshops in Spanish. So for my familia que habla español, the next one is for September 20th at 1 p.m. If you are ever interested, you can always follow me on any of my social media accounts or on my YouTube. Just subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to be notified with any of these announcements. Or you're also more than welcome to join my newsletter exclusive updates. And so that's where I'm always updating on all the good stuff that Love Your Now Comadre is up to and doing. And there's a lot of good things that are coming up. I'm excited. So if you want to be the first one to know, be sure to go subscribe on my website to get those email notifications. Because that's really where I make a lot of my announcements is to my familia, my exclusive familia, more than on social media. But that's just me. Anyways, thank you all for being here with me. For those of you who are on the Zoom, stay. I'm going to open it up for Q&A. If you want to be on the Zoom room for the next one, down below in the description is the link to sign up for the Comadreando group coaching sessions on Zoom. So with all of that, thank you all so much for being here with me. I am sending you literally so much love, so much fire, so much butterflies. I'm so grateful for all of you for being here today. So, so grateful. Um, I cannot express the amount of blessings I have received since I've just been doing this. And yeah, higher power is so good to me. God is so good to me. So anyways, I love you all and I'll talk to you later.